If I expect squalls overnight of like 35, 40 knots, then I can only be pleasantly surprised. It's bloody disgusting out there.
Let's go.
You might wonder if living on a boat full time ever gets repetitive, if the freedom you chase eventually becomes just another routine.
Woo! Yeah!
I guess this episode shatters that illusion completely. When a single rattle against the stern jolted me awake at midnight on our boat, it wasn't just an attempted robbery. It was a stark reminder that out here we live on the edge of certainty. The stare I was met with when I caught them reminded me right then that true adventure never lets you settle. The very next day, we witnessed a kitten being callously thrown into a bush. A kitten I guess we now call ours, more on that later. As we tie up loose ends in La Cruz, Mexico reveals its raw, authentic spirit all around us. Massive whales breach in spectacular displays of nature's power. The local culture envelops us in a riot of colours, flavours and celebration that defy description. And the people, oh the people we meet, each one a universe of stories that intersect with ours for a moment or a mile. So this is the paradox of boat life. We chase freedom only to discover we've entered a more profound kind of bond with the sea. We're distant shores with strangers who become family. Some days bring beauty that makes your soul ache, and others bring challenges that test every single fibre of your being. But isn't that the essence of a life fully lived? These highest highs and lowest lows aren't just extremes to endure, they're the very pulse of our existence, the rhythm that reminds us we are gloriously, terrifyingly alive.
That's so cute.
A mama and her baby, whale, are just in the anchorage, and the kid's obviously got some energy as he's just jumping out all over the place.
Really close to boats as well.
Amazing.
Like 20 metres away from those boats up there probably.
And you know the best bit? Everyone's just letting them be. No one's going steaming after them, scaring them out. Everyone's just watching and appreciating. And
There's one motorboat which is being pretty well behaved.
it's just so nice to see. There's one dog barking, which I think is really funny because
It's going right up to that boat with the dog.
the
is.
dog's really freaking out. Because what dog would have ever seen a whale before? That's hilarious.
We are almost there with the Dodger now, but there's two more main things we actually need to do. The windows, and we need to install that and drill the holes for that. However, the next thing that we want to do, because it's going to be a bit easier doing this before we do the windows, is install some line redirectors, because we've changed the kind of way our main works now, because it's got to go through the Dodger. So these will go through, stop the lines chafing through, and like make them kind of relatively frictionless. And then we need to add 3 of these, which are clutch cleats. I think it's gonna be a nice setup. So yeah, I've got to drill 3 holes, install those, mount these, run the lines through these, and then that'll be all the running rigging done for the Dodger, which we're really excited about, because it's been a bit of a pain the last few times we've been sailing up the coast here without being able to kind of use our main how we would normally like to use it. So this is going to be a much better improvement.
That's the max it'll be.
But I probably kind of want it like somewhere there.
That's good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
We weren't taking any risks with the water ingress. So to say we went heavy on epoxy and silicone sealing would be an understatement.
Good job. There you go. Snug.
Oh yeah.
The Dodger was really taking shape, and we were on such a roll we decided to mount the last few additions to our new enclosure area. One of which was the Scanstrut Rock fast charger.
Should I see if it fits well?
Yeah. Is it fully in?
Yeah.
Oh, it's perfect.
So the manual says that we should be dipping the screw in silicone. However, we're going to do epoxy because we don't want any water leaching through to this wooden bulkhead in here. But I think most cases the silicone would be alright, but we also want to seal around where we've just drilled. So
Because it's wood heavy, and the last thing we want is any soggy wood, rotten wood. We've had that before, and we don't want that again.
Two. Done.
the moment of truth.
Dun, dun, dun. Charging.
Nice, and now shut it all
Charging.
up.
It even works with a slightly thicker cable, which is really nice.
Beautiful.
Oh, look at that. So it can get rained on. Actually, it all can get rained on, but it won't, because it will be like that. Happy days.
What meter have you got?
For ages, I've wanted one of these. I don't know whether it's a clinometer or a clinometer, or just one of those. And it basically tells you how heeled you are, because there's an efficient heel and a non-efficient heel. And I guess we've never quite known. And I've always gone on boats where they've had them, and I've been obsessed with looking at how much we're rolling. I don't know, it's just a bit of fun. But now it's all nice, I thought we'd stick it on. So I think we're gonna have it here. You like that spot?
Next to the dead plant.
Yeah, we need to get rid of that mint. It'd be kind of funny there.
No, it wouldn't work.
It wouldn't work, but it'd be kind of funny, you know, as a joke.
The instructions said you had to hold it for 10 minutes like that.
I can take this off if you think.
No, I think it's...
It's kind of like a wonky label.
Yeah, it is a wonky label, isn't it? Yeah, get it off.
Minimalist. Oh, that's nice. Oh look, in really rolly anchorages, so we can... That's actually so cool. Don't you think that's so cool?
It's very cool.
That's like the coolest thing we've ever added to the boat.
It's basically just a spirit level, isn't it?
Pretty stoked with that. And the excitement didn't stop there, as when we woke up the following morning to glassy seas, we knew exactly what we needed to do. Yeah, Ben!
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
Go Ben!
Woo!
We were touching distance from the Dodger being built and ticked off our list. The only thing left is the windows, which we need to time travel back to Chiapas for.
This morning we are going to cut the sheets for the Dodger windows, and we have made these plywood cutouts, so we're 100% confident with the shape and design and size that we are going to have the windows. We actually just took them outside and double checked, and we're very happy with them. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this on these sheets. These are as thick and as big as we could get, so we're going to roll with them. I think they will be perfectly adequate at a later date if we decide to change them to a different material. I think you can get, is it polycarbonate, which is a little bit tougher. This is acrylic, but we can always swap them out. It's not a permanent thing. But like I said, this was all we could get here. So I'm going to lay the boards on, draw around it, and then Zach is going to use a jigsaw with a fine blade to cut out the acrylic. Hopefully not cracking or splitting it, because it is quite easy to do.
These are coming out quite nicely. I did have one crack that I had to chase with the jigsaw to try and make sure it didn't go any further, but they're actually coming out better than I thought. I need to sand off the edges, and they are still melting where I'm cutting it, so
you have to bend and break it quite quickly after cutting it. But we're almost there now, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with how these are going to look.
Once Zach had cut and sanded them, I ended up tinting them to match the rest of our pilot house windows.
Okay, the windows are now tinted and I've painted the surround in just acrylic paint, because what's going to happen is when the tape goes on, I don't know if we mentioned, but we've got this high bond double-sided tape by the brand 3M, and it's what Parker on Seawind, on Boundless, he used on his old Dodger, and he said it worked really well. Initially we actually had bought all these threaded inserts and we were going to do it like these windows, but the thought of drilling 50 holes in the Dodger and not letting any water into the Dodger, we were going to have to fill each hole with epoxy and then drill through and then Seeker, and it was just a massive process. And we thought, why not just give this a go? It's not crucial that the Dodger is 100% watertight, we obviously want it to be, but we're going to stick this on, and it's not permanent, so if this doesn't work, it's fine. We can then try Seeker Flex, and then if that doesn't work, we can then resort to drilling through in a lot of places. But it's wood cord, we don't really want to drill through if we can. So we're going to try this high bond tape, and I have high hopes for it. It's an inch thick, and I'm excited. Tonight is the night we finish the Dodger, finally. So yeah, this still has a protective coating on it, but we're just going to lay these against the Dodger now, and we're going to draw around with a whiteboard marker, and then we're going to take them off and tape around the corners, because we're going to put some Seeker Flex in the corners where the tape won't be able to bend. And then I'm going to go inside, tape it up, and we'll stick it on. So this is kind of huge. For those that know, we have been working on this for months, so the thought of this being finished this evening is going to be insane. The stressful bit's over, now it's the fun bit. Peeling all the tape off. Okay, you ready?
Yeah. Nice.
Are you kidding me? The only thing I can instantly notice, and this is just because I have an eye for detail, is the tint is a green based tint and our lower windows is a purple based tint. Straight away, but whatever. We did the best with what we had, and that's amazing. I'm happy about it. And now we finally have a Dodger which actually dodges. Because for a while it's just been a pretty thing on our boat, but now it's an actual functional thing, which feels amazing.
Nice. That's really good.
It's gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Go on, you do that one. Yeah. I'll do the end one. Why is it? It's got like a rainbow going through it on the camera. Really? Yeah. We are on anchor at the moment, and we are heading into the marina this evening because it's the weekend, but also there's a festival happening and we've been seeing them set up for a while. And actually there was flyers for a whale festival for a while, and then kind of last minute it changed to Circo-Agave, which is a circus tequila festival, which sounds equally great. So we're heading into town and we're going to see what it's about. Music.
We don't really know what to expect, but the sound testing over the last few days has been so loud.
It's made our boat vibrate in the anchorage. So yeah, we might come out slightly deafened, but it looks like a blast. So we're going to go meet our friends Josh and Miranda there. Parker's going to come and we're just going to see what it's all about. So come along.
This is the 5th year this festival has happened on the banks of the Marina La Cruz. bringing music, dance, joy, culture, entertainment, gastronomy and mixology together to give a true sense of Mexico's culture. And lots of tequila tasting, may I add.
This is the papalomé, this is the espadín. You can find it in our coffee bar, which is in San Pancho.
He one's really nice.
Yeah.
I'll go for the gallos.
Please try and pair.
Gracias. What's that?
Ponemos chido.
Is it dried?
That's a cooker.
It's cooked. It just came out of the oven.
Yes.
They had the.
It's an agave cooker. It's like a sugar cane.
Okay.
It's sweet. It's really delicious.
Tell me what's in this.
Ricea, marmalade, sugar, ginger, and salsa verde. And
That's it.
lime, sugar. Just really good.
Whoa, that's insane. Can't even see the marina at all. Insane. Huh? This is the most fog we've ever had on anchor.
It seemed the fog was a bit of a foreshadowing for the hours ahead, as the day was about to take a huge turn.
We saw a cat just get thrown into a bush. And you're just a baby. I know. I know.
Where are we, Becca?
We're at the vets.
Why?
Just taking her in to get a little check-up, make sure she's healthy, get her defleed and dewormed. You're adventurous, aren't you?
Has been around and having kittens for a long time. Nobody has ever been able to catch her.
Oh, okay.
There are some ladies who put traps.
This first vet visit though.
Yeah.
Did you see that one coming? Hey, Teach. I want to say we really didn't see that coming, but I guess we kind of did, and I guess you guys probably did too. But seeing this little kitten, it's a very playful kitten right now, get thrown into the bush, I knew that he had to come home with us. And I'm going to say he because it is actually a boy. The vet did say that. But anyway, so yeah, we bring him back to the boat, and this cat, it's almost like he's always lived on this boat. You know, we roll around in the anchorage and he rolls with it. We've turned the engine on and he's not fussed, and he's just meant to be here. And, you know, it is going to be more complicated to cruise with him, but I don't care. I just don't care. I'm so happy we've got him and he's got us, and yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll just figure it out. So we've got his jabs all booked in, and I'm just honestly so excited to show him the world. Sounds really cliche, but yeah, I think we found each other really.
We have called him Teak after the wood on Tay-Lee. We went to sleep that night, thoroughly in love with him. Life in that moment seemed really, truly perfect until...
What's going on, Becca?
It's about 1:30 in the morning, and you can hear him. I just heard a strange sound, and instantly I knew something wasn't right. I launched out of this hatch. I look at the back of the boat, and there's two men cutting the lock off our outboard, and they were seconds away. Like, I mean, seconds away. They'd cut the whole way through this. They'd undone both of the holders, and they were, sorry, Teek's going crazy, and they were just like lifting it off. And I have never seen myself scream so loud in my life. I screamed.
I don't know how you woke up. They literally were just trying to lift it off. They had done all of the effort of cutting it and unscrewing it and everything. And
they sat in the dark under almost the dinghy in the panga. And then Zach comes, I'm like, Zach, scream at them. And Zach screams at them. And the guy goes, F you.
Yeah,
and then gets the engine started and whizzes back.
And their panga goes straight back into the fishing dock here.
And it's not the first time that's happened, but that's the first time we've ever heard of someone with a locked, hoisted dinghy having their lock cut. And fair enough, it's not the biggest lock in the world, but at this point, people weren't having locked dinghies stolen, and we're the first. And the fact is, they would have come around before with a light. They would have known our dinghy was here. They would have looked at the boat, and we had an automatic light, and yesterday the battery ran out, and tonight's the night they went.
Another outboard literally 2 nights ago, an Enduro 15 got stolen by another younger cruiser couple who've just come down from San Diego. But
dinghy theft happens, we get it. It's not unique to any one place, but it just sucks that it's a hoisted, locked dinghy. It makes you feel a bit icky inside to know someone's kind of come up and been at your boat when you were sleeping.
The word on this is that the people who were doing this last year actually got caught by some cruisers, and like they like wrapped them up or something.
They
wrapped them up last year, called the authorities, but they didn't really want anything to do with it. So I don't know if it's the same people again, but yeah, it's a known thing that happens here a little bit, so just gotta be a bit careful.
It unlocked a rage in me I didn't know existed.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna sleep that well now.
I went a bit feral.
At all.
I'm like trembling, but that would have really ruined the season. We worked so hard for this thing in outboard, and if that went, I would have been very sad.
Yeah, not ideal, hey? But it's alright now. It's all hoisted up. Actually, wait. It's all hoisted up onto here now, and we're gonna lock it on with some much bigger locks now. So yeah, but it's gonna be very hard for them to get it off here instead of on the back of the dinghy there. So
yeah, we nearly got robbed. Get their grubby paws off it.
Yeah, for fuck's sake. Bastards.
Good luck getting that. That is hefty now. You think they'll get through that, Zach?
I hope not.
And one thing that I would recommend here is for those that had a situation like Jeannie and Kaylee, please write the account, please put some notes together, specifically time, the whole situation, because we do need to turn this into the port captain, and ultimately it will go to the authorities over in Bucerias as well. Because the motor is on the beach, now it becomes a municipal problem, so we got to get the police involved in this. Having numbers of people getting involved in this is going to have its time, but the first step here is going to be getting the attorney involved, and we're going to set up a meeting with the port captain about this so that we can address it properly with him.
They just dumped the outboard into their boat, because I had the outboard off of the dinghy because it was checked out. But it was attached to the back of the boat, and screwed onto a wooden plate. So they had to come on the boat in order to remove the outboard. They couldn't just pull it off the back. And they also took the fuel tank. And then he just as they left, they just took off high speed. And as they left, he just said something. I didn't hear what he said, but it was kind of like, too late.